Hey guys, Matt here. Hope everybody's doing well. I wanted to make a quick video. I did get a couple books back from CGC, two Silver Age and two Bronze Age books, and they're really nice books. I'm happy with them. However, one of the things I wanted to kind of talk about and make everybody aware is how important it is to find a good presser. And the reason is, and I'll show you the books in a minute, is I sent these books out to a presser to try out. And I've gone through a couple of different ones, and this was one I figured I would try. He actually came pretty good credentials, but when I got the books back, I was sad to see that there were a number of issues with the book that looked like it either wasn't pressed or that someone didn't spend the time really working it. And there are some pressers that actually really take a lot of pride in their work, and there are ones that, in my opinion, may not always do the best job. And so I wanted to kind of show off some of these books. I'm happy with the books, obviously, but I do think I'm going to send them back out to get cracked, repressed with someone else and resubmitted, because I do see a lot of pressable defects that I think can be fixed. So I think the moral of the story will obviously be, make sure you're using a presser that you believe is actually spending the time on the books, and check to see that you're getting what you pay for in that regard. But with that aside and that little PSA announcement, let me show you the books. So the first one up is going to be Silver Age book, and this is Fantastic Four number 50. And I apologize about the glare, but this particular book is basically the third appearance of, I believe it's the Silver Surfer's third appearance. They do note on the comments here, it is the first appearance of the Wyatt Wingfoot. This is a classic book. Came back in a 4.5 with off-white pages. And although you might not be able to see, and maybe I'll put some still shots up, there are a number of what I will call spine issues that I believe could have been pressed out. There's also some denting on the cover, which indicates to me that this was not really properly pressed. You wouldn't expect those dents from someone who's going to spend a little more time and a little more love on your book. So 4.5, there's nothing wrong with this, but I am going to resubmit it after I get it CPR'd. So that is one. The next Silver Age book is another pretty popular spec book, and that's Fantastic Four Annual number 6. And this is the first appearance of Annihilus, which there has been discussions and talks, and there's always some rumors of whether this will actually, Annihilus will ever come to the big screen. And I think it's a good spec book. I also think it's a great book. This particular one I had purchased from a friend of mine, and it has a piece of tape. I don't know if you can see that on the front cover, and it actually notes it up here, one piece of tape on front cover and interior front cover. It's still a blue label, so I'm happy on that. Again, this one came back 4.0 with white pages, and again, I can tell a number of dents all throughout the front cover of the book, and looking at the back of the spine, I can see issues where it's just creasing that literally could have been pressed out. So from that standpoint, this one also will be CPR'd as well. The next book, we're moving into the Bronze Age, and I have Ghost Rider number 1, which is from 1973. And this is the first appearance of the Son of Satan, Damon Hellstrom, in cameo. And this is obviously the story continued from Marvel Spotlight. That's the big book and big key. This one came back as a 7.0. Again, this one is off-white pages. And once again, when you take a look at the books, and I always say, make sure you're examining your books, I can see a number of what appears to be basically pressable defects, where when you look at this book and it's a nice copy, I'm just very surprised because I did send it out for pressing, and I haven't had this issue before. This was the first time I used this presser, and it's probably going to be the last time. But unfortunately, it just didn't come out the way I would have liked. So again, not a bad one to have it in a 7.0. But again, another book that I believe is going to be CPR'd and sent back. And what I'd like to do, obviously, is make another video and see if I'm correct and this does change. And if it doesn't, just like anything, there's always a risk it could go down, risk or reward it can go up. But with these particular books, I think it's really worth it, especially when you're dealing with levels of 4s and 5s, and even in this case 7. I think that there's a lot of reward to be gained if you can get that bump and you do see those defects. So the last book I want to show everybody is, this is just the next one, which is Ghost Rider 2. And this one came back in a 7.0, off-white pages. I did buy these books separately, so normally you think if you're buying a collection or you're buying 2 books in the same collection, you may get the same grade and the same kind of page quality. These were separately purchased, so it just happens to be that they ended up coming back off-white. This particular book, Ghost Rider 2, is the first full appearance of Damien Hellstrom, first appearance of Sun and Satan. I believe they market at least CGC in Cameo. If you've watched Hulu, just this past, I believe in October, they came out with the Hellstrom series. Some people liked it, some people didn't. I happen to like it. There was a recent spec. If you've ever watched the channel Lords of the Long Box, shout out to them on YouTube. They just had a spec report with the Ghost Rider returning, and some of the Hellstrom characters that may obviously come and follow with that. So they're not a bad spec book. It's a good book to have in the collection as well. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy to have these with the grades, but I do see flaws in the books that I believe can be fixed, and therefore, in my opinion, it's worth taking the shot. I'm going to use another presser that I've been using and been happy with, and try it again, and hopefully I can show you guys the results when they come out. One other thing I wanted to talk about, and this is not comic book related, but it is Marvel related, and if you are a collector of many different things such as I am, I was a baseball card collector and a sports card collector for many years growing up as a kid, and I also collected Marvel cards. And Marvel came out with a set back in 1990, and they actually look, I'm going to show you what a couple of them look like. They look like this, and it's a nice colored look in the back with some information on it, and I have these all on top loaders and all. Well, this set of cards, which I've kept for years since I was a kid, has become more and more popular, and I don't know if that's because of the Pokemon craze or if there's something else going on, but the amount of these cards now has gone up significantly in the past year, and that may obviously be due to COVID or some other things. I wanted to show that because I just found it very interesting. I sent out some of these cards to be graded now, and actually have some graded PSAs. Unfortunately, CGC, they only grade the Pokemon and Magic the Gathering cards, so some of the ones that, as far as Marvel right now, you either have to use PSA or Beckett. These are actually PSA Slabs that I have. But these cards, if you haven't taken a look at it, please take a look. I do think it's definitely something to maybe get into right now because the prices are beginning to soar. I'm going to show you. I bought, and I actually have 2 of these. This is one of the sealed boxes where you would have the 36 packs are in this box, 12 cards in a pack, and there's some bonus holograms if you're lucky enough to get that. These boxes used to go for anywhere, I would say, from $75, maybe $100. And this was about a year ago, not even. This box right now, if you go and you can look on eBay or whatever website that you can possibly find these on, it, you know, they're in very short supply, especially something like this, which is, as you can tell, this one's sealed. But these boxes are now selling for over $2,000 a box. So it's just incredible, the price. So it's definitely something I would tell you to look at and see if that's kind of what you're interested. I just wanted to bring that to people's attention because I was amazed to see that some of these cards themselves, and this happens to be PSA 10, which is the highest you can get, but some of these cards are going for a couple $1,000s a card as well. So if you are a comic collector, it is a very neat little niche to add into your collection, but I did want to tell everybody about these. Take a look, go on eBay, you know, make sure that the prices are within reason for your budget. But if you are a comic book collector like me, you may enjoy some of the Marvel cards as well. I hope everyone does well. I have a CGC shipment coming to me next week on a 25 pre-screen that I sent out, and I'm hopefully going to do a video. And if not hitting 25, hopefully we get pretty close. But thank you again for watching. Thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you didn't, and leave some comments below. Hope everyone does well, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks. Hey guys, I just wanted to throw a couple of photos up. I don't know that you're going to be able to see all the little indents and issues that I really could see by the pictures, but I did think it was at least beneficial to kind of see the condition of the book that goes with the grade. And I'm not saying that they're completely off, but I always find it helpful when you can view some of the photos here and at least see the issues with the book and why it got the grade it did. Unfortunately, I don't know that you're going to see all the little issues that I can see with the book in hand, but I definitely believe that this book does still have pressable defects, and I'm hoping to get that done and show you an upcoming video in the future. Thanks again, everyone.